I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long, you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you were destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey, whatever it is. I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner right here on SIBN Radio. We appreciate you being here and appreciate your listenership. And I trust that you are sharing and spreading the word. As I approach the microphone today, I acknowledge that I have personal and professional issues. No doubt about that right there. But I bring to the table the wisdoms from the scars of this journey of life where I have learned this, that, and so much more to get us to the finish line. And I trust that I can earn the right to speak into your life. Today, we're going to continue with the series CMDM, Correcting Deficit Models. And our topic, regarding the victim's card, how should we proceed? Regarding the victim's card, how should we proceed? Thank you to all of those that are following us on the various platforms where we are broadcasting, including Spreaker, Spreecast, YouTube, Stitcher Radio, and the name goes on. Thank you for following us also on Twitter. If you really want to keep up with the coach, you got to follow us on Twitter. And let's get right to work as we're talking about correcting mental deficit models, Part 2. Regarding the victim's card, how should we proceed? We'll be right back. Hold on. You're listening to the sound. The Coach's Corner.
I'm not secure enough to take criticism from anyone else because I have an ingrown toenail in my mind. And the ingrown toenail dictates to me that I must put you in your place when you open up your mouth to begin to size me up, because the truth of the matter is I have not sized myself up. I have not been truthful with me. And that's why I'm not free enough to sit here and listen to a criticism that may or may not apply. I must cut you off and give you a piece of my mind. And the reason why I do that is because I will never give you the power that I myself have not recognized I have. And my friend, my sister, my brother, that is the wrong way to look at life. You should be secure enough that no matter who does what and where, you can sit there or you can simply walk away without even saying a word. And you know that you've done the work in your private space. Keep pace with the race. Join me on the Coach's Corner at www.415-96radio.com for more hardcore motivation, daily inspiration, and antidotes for your spiritual foundation, because every now and then there's a leak in this old building. And as the songwriter said, my soul has got to move. Join me there at www.415-96radio.com.
All right, guys, let's get right to work. CMDM, baby, we're on board. We got you recognized right here. Somebody said, man, you don't know what happened to me. You don't know what happened to my business. You don't know what happened to my relationship. You don't know what happened to my mom. My father passed. My stepdad got ran over. My brother got robbed. My sister got raped. Listen, we all got a story, and it's never too late to tell yours. And our stories seem to be the definition of who we are. But let me tell you something. You've got to be ready to redefine who you really are, because the victim card can only be used so many times before the magnetic strip attached to it wears out, and you go to the ATM of life for which you have been manipulating and dominating people, and you won't be able to get anything out of folks, because after a while it's only so much pity that somebody's gonna feel for you. It's only so much sorrow that somebody's gonna feel for you. It's only so much love that somebody can give you before you have to stand up on your own 2 feet, whether it was business, whether it was family, whether it was personal, whether it was something regarding the neighborhood, the nonprofit, the cause. Whatever the situation is, how long are we going to use the victim's card? The magnetic strip is wearing the heck out. Take a small break. Be right back. You have to decide what you're going to do. Are you going to proceed forward the way things have been, the way things were? Or are you going to go forward and create and write a new story? I mean, come on. You've got to write the story. The pen is in all of our hands. The pen, the paper, the pad, the desk, the time to sit down and to figure and to add up and to come up with the sum total of something better, something different. You cannot, listen, playing the victim card is deteriorating at best. It's deteriorating at best. It takes away from who your potential should be. The intention of your life is stolen every time you play the victim cards. Now, when you played it at first, it was good. You played it for the first 5 years, the first 10 years, the first 15 years, okay, first 18 years, first 20, okay, I'll give you that. All right, the coach will give you 22 years. Okay, the coach give you 25, but damn! Now, that's a dang on enough. You can't keep playing the victim card decade after decade and expect to grow, expect to advance, expect to avalanche into prosperity. You cannot play the victim's card and expect to attract to you what you should be sending forth in the magnetic force of field that you should be sending forth, that I am ready now to take charge of my life and to be a conqueror, and anything that happens to me has to go through me, and then I look up and I stand up and I become something of a monstrous success, balanced, modest hero, not to others but to yourself. Did you know that we attract things to us based on not what we desire but by and who we are? I mean, the truth of the matter is, how do we proceed from here? Because every time I pull out that story, I lose some glory. I mean, at first it was polished, you know what I mean? The sorrow, the pity, the help, the charity, everything like that was good. But now it done got old. And we need to know how to proceed from here. Be right back. Yeah, man, what you gonna do? Young lady, what you gonna do? And I'm in there with you. I'm in there with you. I have compounded my problems because all I was thinking about was the past, and the past don't last. And listen, I was left in the dark all because I couldn't look to the light. It was blinding my eyes. It was too bright. And I get all of that. But this is your time. This is your season. Not something coming from the Lord. No, the Lord is waiting on us. Not some coming from a bishop, from a book board at a church somewhere, from an apostle or a prophet, from your best friends, until you give yourself the messages that I'm talking about on your own turf and on your own time, until you preach to yourself, until you teach yourself, you will never come into, oh my goodness, the surplus that you were intended to enjoy. Be right back, I promise you. Nobody got time to play around. This is your life here. And we can see the disregard for life as we look at the news. Someone dies every night. Someone's being raped right now. Someone is being robbed right now. Victims are being made afresh and anew every day. And so you have to realize, if you were victimized, and chances are that you were, you have to realize this is not the end of your story. And this is only a part of the glory. That word glory in the Greek, as far as the Bible is concerned, says it is a reflection. It's like looking in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you should see the film of the future and not the film from the past. Producers can't do too much with the past, because really when they come together and put together something that they want to be able to showcase, it still has a lining, a silver lining from the future. And we use the past as a type of shadow to forecast where we really want to go, where we really want to be in life. And let me tell you something. How do we proceed from here? We cannot use the victim's card anymore. If it's to be, it is up to me to be free. And I'm going to include the help from the Lord, my divinity. When I say my divinity, that's what I'm talking about. My help cometh from the Lord. You know what I'm talking about. You say, no, we can't use it. No, I am responsible. I'm accountable. And listen. And I accept that I am the common denominator in every situation. I'm the common denominator in every situation. Make no mistake about it. If it happened and I was involved, my name, then I am responsible somehow. Now, I'm not talking about what happened in your victim story. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what happens after your victim story. Now, your victim story, you might have been a random person that was picked. You might have been part of a scheme of someone else's planning. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about after the trauma and the drama has been rendered. What or how do you proceed from here? The question is, do you play the card, the joker, the wild card in your pocket? Or do you go ahead on and look in your toolkit and get a wrench for the socket of life and plow ahead with a new story? Oh, baby, I'm telling you something I know something about. I'm writing a new story myself. I'm writing a story that dictates what I say the end will be. And listen, I still got my issues now. Trust me, I got some issues, okay? But because I'm taking personal responsibility for my past, because I know the past in and of itself without the future won't last, I'm beginning to have more victorious steps, victorious mentality, victorious magnifications. You know what I mean by that, right? Every thought is magnified. Every thought is like a magnet. It pulls to you something or reveals something in you. My time is up. Have you followed me on Twitter yet? Have you followed me on Spreaker? Have you followed me on Spreaker? Have you followed me on Stitcher Radio? Have you followed me on Shoutcast Radio? Have you followed me on YouTube? Have you followed me on Instagram? I gotta go, man. DJ, I got to go. Seriously, I ain't got time to mess around with y'all. I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, baby. You know, this is the coach. You want to keep up. You want to like my page or something? You want to keep up. Do it for real. Don't be playing with me. Because we got to get you to the finish line. And regarding the victim's card, man, keep it in your pocket. Let it be, let me see, something that you keep in perspective for the future. Not something you use as an excuse to avoid the future. Just the coach.
I need you to realize and accept that there is only one philosophy that I have embraced under the Coach's Corner's umbrella. And that is that we are the common denominator in every situation. So I can't blame them, they, her, and him. I am stepping up to the plate, and I realize it's all me. Not that it's all about me, but it's all about the legacy for those that come behind me to achieve a height of success that I can't even imagine. This is called the transgenerational shift of mindsets, that we may propel ourselves into the generations that is to come and tell them, I won't leave you a mess that you have to clean up, but I'll leave you a principle-centered life that you can celebrate and catapult into more success. Join me on the Coach's Corner at www.415-96radio.com. That's www.415-96radio.com, and follow me on Twitter. That's the only way you can